Hey there, so how's it going everyone? I just thought I'd check in with another video here. Lately I've been just sort of letting the idea come to me when it does. So, this one here is just a fun little idea. On the music sites I follow and the different channels, there's been a lot of little quizzes going around, and one of them that was going around was a quiz of your there's 10 different questions about concerts that you've been to. Now, I thought it was fun because I saw the Hudson Valley Squares did one a couple of weeks ago, and all of them picked their picks. It was a fun video to watch, so it gave me the idea to pick my 10 favorite concert moments based on these questions, concert related questions. So yeah, when I was younger, than I am now, I used to go to a lot of concerts. I've been to a lot of concerts, a lot of shows, like a lot of us have. And if you go backwards in my video list, you'll see a video that I did quite a while back now about some memorable concert moments, but these are specific questions related to concerts you've attended. So I'm not going to as many shows these days, that's for sure. Have a show coming up in less than a month, a local show that'll be a lot of fun, seeing Gatto, which is kind of cool, old school band that I used to love. So yeah, don't go to as many anymore, partly because I've seen most of the bands and artists that I wanted to see. I have seen sometimes multiple times, and yeah, I'm older now, so going to shows is a little bit more of a task than what it used to be, although it always had its moments of challenge going to shows. I'm sure you guys know what that means. So when you add the cost involved and the planning and getting time off work, and then when you're younger, misbehaving and during shows. But I've been to a lot of shows, a lot of great shows. I can't say I haven't had too many shows that I'm like, what am I doing here? There's been a couple, but overall, great memories of shows. So thought I'd answer these questions and with this fun video. And you guys, if you're watching, like and subscribe if you don't mind, that'd be cool. But also, if you want to, put down some comments on my video and let me know your picks for for these questions for your shows. Okay, most of us that are into music have been to a lot of shows, so it's kind of fun to throw that around. Okay, first question is your first concert ever attended. And mine was Ozzy at Maple Leaf Gardens. And I cannot tell you whether it was for Blizzard of Oz or it was for Diary of Madman, because I don't remember. It was a long time ago. Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. And we were young guys. There was a group of us. We came down on a bus from Barrie, Ontario, where I used to live, and to Toronto, and we attended the show. I just remember being in the lobby and listening to Ozzy and Randy at the time, Randy Rhoads, just ripping through some of the warm-up stuff, and we were like, oh man, it was so loud even out in the hallway. It was so cool. So yeah, Ozzy at Maple Leaf Gardens was the very first show I ever attended. Pretty good startup for shows, that's for sure. Yeah. The last concert you attended, it's been a while. Kara and I have been going to some shows, but it's been a while. This is the first summer, I think, in my, maybe in my adult life here, a long time, that I haven't made one trip to Molson Amphitheater / Budweiser stage. It's the way it goes, as I've already explained. I'm not as energetic to go to as many, but yeah, the last show we attended, Kara and I, we went to see Frank Turner and the Sleeping Souls, and this was at the Great Canadian Casino in Toronto. And yeah, what a great show. This guy puts on an amazing show, very energetic, fun, a lot of crowd interaction, singing. He did crowd surfing, and it was a lot of fun. Frank Turner's Sleeping Souls was the most recent, which wasn't that recent, show that I have attended. And it was a knockout. It was a great show. Worst concert you've attended. Listen, I haven't been to too many bad concerts. I wasn't a huge fan of the Arkells show, but that was still a good show. Been to a few shows of the Motley Crue that you could say was bad shows, but it wasn't that the show was bad. The behavior at the show was bad and made it a bad memory, I guess. But probably the one that I'd pick as worst concert was Ryan Adams. I saw Ryan Adams at Massey Hall, which was a cool venue to see him, and it was a cool enough event. We were very much looking forward. I took my son, and it just was a little bit of a letdown show. He had a weird opening comedian and opened the show, and it just wasn't as good as what I had hoped it would be. So much so that I had another chance to see him. I had even bought tickets, and I didn't bother. So yeah, Ryan Adams would probably be my pick for that question. Loudest concert you've ever seen. I've seen a few big loud concerts for sure, but the one that jumps out to me is I took Kara. We went to see Stone Temple Pilots for this tour, when the comeback tour, and this was at a relatively moderately sized arena in St. Catharines, Ontario, and STP, and man, was it loud. It was so good. They were great, but it was loud for sure. So that would be my pick as loudest concert. Next question is best concert. Well, that's a tough one to answer. Like a lot of people watching my video here, I've been to a ton of great shows, like really memorable shows. The Hip a couple of times stand out. I've seen the Hip a bunch of times, but a couple of Hip shows stand out as an answer to that. Seeing Black Sabbath return on the End tour with Ozzy was amazing, and Cranberries were great, and you know, I've seen just a bunch, but Pearl Jam. If I had to give you one answer, my answer would be seeing U2. It was this tour. It was at the time Air Canada Centre, Scotiabank Arena, Toronto. U2, and I had been wanting to see them, had never seen them, and it was an epic show. Just amazing show, which was put together with this amazing screen that hung down, and just, it was captivating. And you know, they even had a part of the show at the beginning where they had like a mini show, almost like they were opening for themselves, and it was more like a simple stage, and this big light hung down. It was just amazing. And of course, those U2 songs, they played a lot of the classics. It was great. So that would be my choice. Most surprising concert you've ever been to. So I look at that as surprising, meaning like better than what you thought. There's two that stand out. I saw Billy Talent at Scotiabank Air Canada Centre, and they blew me away how good they were. But the one that really, the proper answer is, I saw with Kara Chicago at Casino Rama, north of Toronto here, and more of a theater type place. And it was, I didn't know what to expect. Chicago, I like some of their songs, but you know, it's kind of more older, kind of smoother classic rock. But man, what a performance. Very pro. Just one of the best beautiful lights and video show I've ever seen, witnessed. It was amazing. Chicago would be my choice for most surprising. What band or artist have you seen the most in concert? That's an easy one for me. I've seen The Hip probably, it's close to 10 times at various different locations in and around Toronto, Ontario. Yeah, two memorable ones is I saw The Hip at Massey Hall, was amazing, and I saw The Hip at when they did the 25th anniversary Fully Completely tour. That was killer. And then of course the Man Machine Poem tour, the first of the last 3 nights ever they played in Toronto. So the Tragically Hip, seen them the most out of the bands, which it really isn't that many times compared to what some people see some of the bands, but I've spread my concert going around to a lot of different artists and bands. The next question is bucket list. And I guess the way it is that which band or artist did you knock off your bucket list to see? And mine was, most notable was Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. So I saw Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers the end of the summer, right before, literally months, I guess, or a number of months before Tom passed away. And he played a big show in Toronto, and I was able to see Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers live, which was amazing, before Tom left us too early. And yeah, that was a special one to see for sure. what band or artist did you not see that you wish you had seen? And there's a few, obviously, like there is for anybody. But I think the one that is most obvious to me is Pink Floyd. Never saw Pink Floyd. Had a chance to see Roger Waters after they had split, but that didn't happen because life circumstances. But seeing Pink Floyd back in the day with them together would have been amazing. I wish I would have been more appreciative of the greatness of this band back then. So Pink Floyd would be my band that I didn't see that I wish I would have seen. And the final question, the 10th question, is what's your favorite venue to see a show? Well, mine's Massey Hall in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and been to Massey Hall a number of occasions. The two most favorite shows I ever saw at Massey Hall was the Tragically Hip with my son, like literally second row from the stage. And then the best show I ever saw at Massey Hall was the Cranberries. I saw the Cranberries like way back when they were really on top of everything. And yeah, what a hypnotic kind of show. Dolores O'Riordan was amazing, sounded amazing, looked amazing. And the Cranberries at Massey Hall was a very special show. And Massey Hall is my favorite venue to see a show, and still waiting for that right opportunity to get back to the hall after this renovation that they went through a few years ago. So yeah, that's my answers, and this is my video. Give me some comments if you have some choices for your stuff. That'd be cool to hear. And yeah, thanks for checking in with me if you listen and watch my video, and look forward to making another one soon for you guys. Okay, take care, all the best, see you later.